I need your help. So yeah, please pay attention and don't be like, oh, the community is gonna make the right decisions. The community is gonna do it. Community is gonna make it work. You're the community and you need to go there yourself. You need to check it out. You need to read it. You need to see if you agree, if you don't agree. And if you feel like, yes, this is covering a lot of my complaints, you just go ahead and sign it. But I am 100% sure you will find something in this documentation that you're going to go like, yeah, that would be nice. I'm 100% sure. Rifleman squad requires approximately 342,000 silver. You have silver boosters as well, which boost the silver income. Why don't we just have that? Hey guys, it's me, Admiral Starks, back with another Enlisted video, and I need your help. I need you to think of and remember every single frustration you can think of you've ever had with the Enlisted game, whether if it's the general economics, pricing, silver grind, research grind, squad management, weapon management, vehicle management, event squads that are no longer available, just quality of life things that are a pain to you every single day you play the game. And we're gonna try and resolve these as a whole community. There are great people behind Enlisted community. Shout out to, I don't actually know who's responsible for this, but the EVA guys. As I said, I've got nothing to do with this amazing piece of documentation they have created. An open letter from Enlisted community straight to the dark flow, and we're gonna read through it. I've got it right here. We're gonna be switching from the letter to the game, and trust me, you want to stick around for this one because there is so much. It's 17 pages of documentation that people like me, like you, like anyone else that plays the game have put together in a super easy to understand format, then to forward along to dark flow for them to have a look, consider things changing and whatnot. It is proper amazing stuff. Right, this is the documentation. I think I might as well just leave my face on here, and if we need to, we're gonna read something and we're gonna switch from the pages to the game if we need some examples shown. But I am 100% sure you will find something in this documentation that you're gonna go like, yeah, that would be nice. I'm 100% sure. So let's scroll through this. There are many different categories. There are the description of the issue, proposal, and then the impact of the solution. So it just covers it all. It just covers it all. Scrolling through these, there are obviously communications and community engagements and things. I'm gonna be reading through and giving out my opinion of the things that I feel more competent of like commenting. This one here, I'm not gonna read in too much, but priority list for major bugs, that there's a good example here. It took over 2 years to implement the bipod fix, as there was forum post dated in 2022 asking for it. So that's not great. That is really not great. That needs, like, someone needs to step up and make sure these things don't happen at all. Talking about the new player experience, it all goes on about how it's not very intuitive the first time you launch Enlisted. There's so many menus and buttons and mechanics in the game. It talks about there are no video tutorials linked in the game where new players can easily access them. Battle rating brackets are not explained well in the game, nor is the process for upgrading soldiers, weapons, and squads. There is no method currently to direct players to helpful tips, tricks, or tutorials, nor to explain mechanics like effective rally APC placements. That's why I want to say, us content creators, we create these because sometimes it does feel like there is a lack of these. So if Darkflow doesn't need to go, although they make these what they're called series of when they explain something briefly, all they need to do is just find a content creator they like the most, or maybe have made the best video, if that makes any sense, and just say, oh, like this mechanic, or you can check out this guy's video, whatever, whoever it would be, right? Just give some clue to new players. That would be pretty cool, and that would obviously motivate the content creators probably as well, but that's besides the point. Stat card overhaul. The stat card in game currently does not reflect the accuracy characteristics of weapon models. Most weapons have hidden recoil modifiers, dispersion values, and occasionally statistic modifiers like sprint speed reduction and whatnot. I go along with that because I want the vehicle stat cards more detailed. Give me the turret traverse speed, give me a reload speed, give me all that stuff. You know, you just need to take a similar stat card for a vehicle from War Thunder and just implement it in Enlisted. And I assume the same goes for the guns as well. Obviously, there's no guns in War Thunder, but just give us the full set of information. That would be very cool. Now, the big one is from the gameplay: kamikaze plane cycling and tank cycling, which can be a bit of a gray area. I 100% agree to those who intentionally do the cycling where you don't even make attempt to stay within your aircraft. You just go release the bombs just before the ground crash, spawn the next one. Totally agree on that one. If you get shot down very quickly, I don't think you should be penalized for that. If you've actually been shot down very, very quickly, and then you would be penalized for not being able to spawn another one, is kind of gray area. But at the same time, I think the proposal solution here is requires player to spawn as an infantry at least once before they can use another vehicle. I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. Even if you have all the squad slots and you've got 3 planes and 3 tanks, it will make you play. It will make you play infantry every other spawn, which is gonna give a chance for someone else to spawn a plane or a tank at the same time. So I guess it kind of more of an inclusive way of doing this. Cooldown times for vehicles. Yeah, I'm not sure how well that would be implemented, but we'll see where it takes. Or experience required for vehicle spawns. I had a nice counter. I read a nice counter on the Reddit for this. If a new player is already not very skilled and he's struggling to get the experience required for the vehicle spawn, then kind of gets double penalized because he's a new player and he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's been taken away the chance of even trying the vehicle in the first place. So I'm not sure about that one. Gray zone tanks, we all know what that means. Some nations, as it says here, in many instances such as Japan and USA, the anti-tank weapons provided to infantry are insufficient to penetrate the armor of the highest tiers of tanks, which is true, very, very true. So therefore the AT weapons are used as an HE spamming machines. I know some nations have mortars that can reach tanks within the gray zone and actually take them out quite effectively. A little plug to the video, but not all nations have these big mortars. And I know for sure there are larger caliber anti-tank guns because I've stood next to quite a few of them in real life. The next one up here, we have an 85mm division gun. Release date 1944. This is pretty much a T-34 barrel on wheels. You can pretty much see it's massive. It has a really nice muzzle brake on the top. Yeah, pretty cool little thing here. Proposals here of fixing the gray zone tanking is to improve the power of the AT guns, or just give us new variants of the larger caliber guns, because I know they exist. Like, I've seen them in real life. And remove HE ammunition from the AT to prevent a misuse. Well, basically, you wouldn't build an AT just to spam down the hallway, because you would only have an AP, which wouldn't be effective against infantry. That, again, makes sense. I'm not sure about the HE removal. Maybe give them way less HE, because there are even some vehicles that are destroyed easier with HE, like the Rocket Boy, the Panzerwerfer, any lightly armored vehicles you can take out with HE very effectively as well. So I'm not sure about the removal, but I think we just need like more variants, higher engineering tier variants for more AT guns that would be powerful enough to take out a gray zone tank. Overall agree. Revised rocket artillery mechanics. I think this was probably written before the update, because I think they kind of did this already. Make rocket artillery work more like a precision strike with a smaller area of impact but greater accuracy. I think that's kind of what they did already, so that's pretty cool. Lack of effective infantry countermeasures against planes. I get shot down quite often, so I'm not sure if it's like lack of effective infantry countermeasures. Maybe it's lack of people using them more. Like probably like the best way to take out a plane is to spawn a plane playing, but if we're talking clearly about infantry-based game that has the mixed combat with everything in it, infantry should be able to deal with these things effectively. Agreed. AA guns have become worse over time, because I remember we had quad 20s early in the game, but that's obviously not historically accurate for each of the nations, which I understand why it was changed. But yeah, maybe increased maxes, maybe again new variants of AAs, and maybe to leave the ones that we have alone and maybe just give us new variants that has maybe a larger caliber, faster fire rate, more ammo in the mag, as it says here. That could be in the favor of infantry actually dealing with planes nicely. Oppressive silver economy. This is madness. I never really thought about this one. This is crazy. For example, calculations show that fully equipping and upgrading a single battle rating BR5 rifleman squad requires approximately 342,000 silver, which translates to about 57 hours of gameplay time shown down below. I just played 50 games on my brand new account. I made a new account because I wanted to have a free-to-play account. I've done 50 games and I have like 65,000 silver. And I couldn't even equip a full BR5 squad right now. This chart is really cool. You can, by the way, check this document yourself. I'm gonna leave the links everywhere. You possibly can't find them. I like how no one's asking about lowering the prices. Things need to be cheaper. Yada yada yada. No one's asking for that. We're asking for better opportunities to earn more. The prices are what they are. Fair enough. But the proposed solutions are spot on. I'll absolutely love these. Provide extra experience for actions such as rally spawning, point captures, or engineering assists. Now, I think we did get a little buff in this already, but earning 35 or 45 points if someone spawns on your rally is negligible. Like, it is so tiny difference that it, in a large scale of things, doesn't mean anything. If you build a rally point in a good spot and people used it 10-20 times defending or attacking on a certain point, you'd have to be awarded much higher. Totally agree. And that would encourage people actually use engineers properly. Like, there's no downside to it. We should be rewarded so much more for this. Silver boosters multipliers. I'm not really going to read into descriptions and impacts because I know where this is probably coming from. War Thunder has not only research boosters, but they like you know, you get your 100, 200%, 75% booster. You have silver boosters as well, which boost the silver income. Why don't we just have that? You know, if you can get it in a battle pass, if you can get it in the event, if you can get it in some achievement prizes, if you can get it in your daily logins, boost the silver income. Because me, myself, after the merge, I was sitting on around close to 4 million silver probably. Yeah, I know, very privileged. Making videos, equipping squads, upgrading weapons to make sure I can record the best possible quality videos for you guys. I'm now down to like 2.6 or something. I can actually check. 2.6 mil, and we are half a year into a merge. So I've literally spent 1.5 million silver since start of the 2024. Yikes, that's a lot. Yeah, we definitely need some sort of booster stuff. And then the skill bonus system, implement the skill bonus system similar to War Thunder, but focused on objectives capture rather than kills. Again, cool. If you're more around the objective, you should be earning a little bit more. I agree with that. Lack of social system. I think this is about the communications in the lobby. You can't send a message to anyone. You can't make a group and chat within that group in the lobby. So organizing anything is, you always need to use a Discord or any other third-party communication service. I think it goes on here about talking about the clans that Enlisted community actually have quite a few of them. I think more than 10 self-hosted competitive clans in Enlisted. And I think all of these kind of communicative solutions would probably help making these. I think they go on about talking how we could maybe develop a clan system that allows players to create and manage clans within the game. That there's just like a mechanic for it. Not that we need to fictional, we're going to be a squad, let's just add this to our name ourselves. Yeah, it would help with the competitive side of, bless you, Enlisted greatly. In-game systems, in-game chat, communication, communications, clan systems. I'm all for it. All for it. Improved custom server interface. I think we've had an overhaul and improvements already, but I think that's an area in the game that could have like endless improvements, because it is a very complex when you think about it. You can set up a custom game. There are so many variables in it. It is a very complex thing in the game, so it should be very well thought out and full with features left and right and center. So I kind of agree to that. Spectator mode and premium custom servers. Don't know what is a premium custom servers that clans can purchase within the game. Gold through a clan bank funded by. Okay, that's a very interesting approach. I'm not going to comment on that because I've got nothing to really do with clans at the moment, but spectator mode would be really cool if you're hosting a tournament in War Thunder. Someone can be like spectating, commenting, and like having a freaking broadcast live stream tournament would be absolutely sick. Quickly on the stack-based matchmaking, quickly in few words, is when you have 3 or 4 players in your group, you jump into the game and you absolutely dominate because you background talk in the Discord, you know what you're doing, you're communicating with each other, and there isn't a stack on the other side of the team, on the enemy team, and it kind of results in a kind of a steamroll over the enemy team. The suggestion here is to look for matchmaking where if there is a players together 3 or 4 should have been looking for enemy team that have a stack as well of 3 or 4 players. I don't know how is it going to affect matchmaking and times for the queue times and whatnot. I understand the idea behind it, but I really don't know how that would be properly implemented. Some game modes need a redesign. Completely agree. We have the Conquest, the Armored Train mode, and Confrontation mode mentioned here. Conquests are too short. They're way too short. That's why people don't like to play them, as they say. For instance, is often criticized for its low score of an XP gains from short matches, leading to a lack of perceived values and engagement. Agreed. That is 100%. Those are too short. Some really good suggestions here for the train mode as well. You can have a read through them yourself. And confrontation mode is an interesting one here as well, because sometimes it's not the team that actually does the best on the battlefield that wins. It's just this ticket system that sometimes leads you in, like you could be the first one to take the point. You can go backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, and you're gonna end up at a point where you're gonna be the first ones to have the timer on you starting, even though you were the first ones to capture and you're doing good on battlefield, and sometimes you don't understand how you're losing this. Definitely have a read through that. Definitely should be something done about it. Restructure of in-game events. They start feeling like a homework at 100%. I am all for the open, like a time scale. Just give me the stages, give me days from this day to that day. You can do the stages however far you can get. That's however far you like. If you want to do 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 points a day, do so. I think that's what this is all about, right? Modifying the events to eliminate stage locking based on the time, and instead of allow players to accumulate required experience of progress freely over an extended period, or at least increase the gated deadline from 2 to 4 days. Don't know what that means. Maintaining the same effective progress. All I understand from this is just give us a free, just take away the time stage locking and just let us unlock all the stages we want during it. If we want to play it for 24/7, let us play for 24/7. Because now we do 20k and I switch off the game and it's like, see you in 2 days. Not a good way to keep someone playing. Again, introducing more scoreboard events. They go on a lot about the zombie event, which is highly entertaining. Very, like, people were playing as team because you had to support each other in the zombie mode, which if you never played it, look for some videos on YouTube. I think I have some as well. You had to play as a team to actually get somewhere. So that's something we really need in Enlisted. We need to remind ourselves that we are going to get somewhere only if we play as a team. Expand reward categories, diversity, event rewards to include more categories and ensure rewards are unique and noteworthy. This could include exclusive cosmetic items, rare weapons or equipment, or special in-game titles to enhance player satisfaction and motivation. Yes, I agree. The rewards are getting a little bit boring. The same stuff over and over again. Content release imbalance. This is a very interesting one. Since the 2024 merge, a total of 32 vehicles added and only 12 infantry squads. I'm a big vehicle fan, but I understand it's the infantry that caps the zone and defends the zone and wins the games. So there should be a bit more balance in between what's added and how much is added. We probably should have like more squads and weapons for infantry. Oh, and by the way, a big portion of whatever is added actually, well, comparably large portion for a free-to-play player is actually premium as well. So that is out of reach to some completely. Unique mechanics implementation. This is a big one. I'm just going to read. New mechanics are often paywalled or are considered half-baked among the community. Many items are introduced once and then never touched again. Paratroopers still have not reached the Tech 3, being locked behind premiums and events. Only the USSR has paratroopers that can swap their primary weapons. Rocket artillery is locked behind the premiums and future event squads. That's already running. This is probably written before the event was dropped. Drop tanks are nearly useless due to low damage and are only in the US and Japan. They are totally useless in my practice. Riders only belong to Germany and USA and are widely considered useless. Heavy mortars only belongs to USSR and Germany. Many premium squads also lack engineer and anti-tank soldiers. Yeah, this is big one. All nations should have every Tech 3 squad type implemented as a basis in game. It's such as riders and heavy mortars should be open to all factions to utilize. Map variety, we have plenty of maps in Enlisted and we have plenty of variations of each map. West, East, the basic, conquest, invasion, destruction, whatnot. Yeah, the map variety sometimes sucks. Playing the same map over and over again kind of pushes away people from playing the game because they're like, oh no, this map again. And I get comments still in YouTube saying, oh, I've still yet to play Rzew. I get Stalingrad all the time. Like, how is that possible, dude? It's been out for ages now, and some people still are saying like, I barely get any Rzew maps. So yeah, I think there should be more of a transparency of which battle ratings. Again, we need to have an official chart. We don't need a fan-made community chart saying this nation, this battle rating can get these maps. We need an official chart somewhere in game saying, oh, if you play this nation at this battle rating, these are the maps you can get. You know, if there are limitations in between battle ratings and nations, or just get rid of that and just let everyone play everything. I know some historic maniacs are gonna go crazy over this, but you know, we need variety in terms of maps. Player quality of life, the Asian Oceania, I'm not going to say that word, servers, because they struggle to play. There's no SCA server. Yeah, I believe so. Basically, there should be like a Asia server. I don't know who goes into that. SCA is like Australia and New Zealand or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I know there are people that play. They either when they play, there's no one awake in other side of the world, so there's barely any real players. Or if they are, then their ping is terrible. So please add that. I can't say I can relate to this issue because I live in Europe, so it's a bit different, but I get it, and it should be probably looked at properly at some point. We are getting to the end. This is going to be just under half an hour, luckily. Squad access is an interesting one. Our upgrade options are inconsistent with some squads of some classes, such as Rifleman 1, 2, 3. Upgrade for Japan is an example. For vehicles, currently single squad are often stacked with an excessive number of vehicles of one BR instead of having BR splits amongst the squads to allow for variations if desired. This makes it difficult for players to find new equipment, especially when it is an event vehicle. Agree of finding. What else is the thing? There are occasions where one squad runs a tons of good things. Like, well, a good example would probably be Pacific aircraft. You got the top 3 planes. I did the top 3 planes. Key 84, J2M3, and Key 61. You have them all under a single squad. So you're forced to choose from one of them do you want to bring out. I think this point in the documentation means more like let other squads to use these as well. So maybe if I want to bring one with bigger bombs and one with bigger cannons or something like that, I can do it. But now I'm kind of forced to pick only one. Is that a balancing thing so people don't just bring out all the best of the best? I don't know. But I know some historically fanatic people are going to go mad about this because there are only certain squads that historically flew or used different equipment. I'm not a historic accuracy here fan. I'm all for good gameplay. So yeah, vehicles also should be able to be accessed by more squads to encourage variations and reduce the time player has to spend searching for a specific vehicle they want. Upgrade options among the same type of squads should be consistent so the players can reliably know what they're getting with each squad upgrade. Yeah, I mostly agree with this one, and I think we are very close to the ending. Booster selection, again, probably inspired by War Thunder. In War Thunder, whenever you have a research booster or a silver booster, listen to this. Imagine they can decide when they activate it, and when it's activated, then you have the timer. Now, in War Thunder, we don't have a silver boosters. We should have them. We have research boosters that are automatically dropped on our profile instantly with the timer. So if you don't play for 2 days, you lose the booster. That should go somewhere in like inventory or something. Players should be allowed to select when they can use their boosters instead of having them automatically applied. A simple selection menu in the main menu to select and apply as many boosters as player wants would serve as a positive method of application. Exactly how it works in War Thunder. In War Thunder, however, I think there's a penalty if you stack multiple of the same kind of boosters. Maybe I'm getting a bit too technical here, but the bottom line is that we should be able to choose when we want to activate the booster, and we still need those silver boosters in the game as well. Customization improvements, I think it's something to go along for free-to-play players and more like new players. Players have been required to equip helmets and body armor on soldier multiple times for the same campaign and the same soldier. There is no explanation for why items randomly remove themselves. Additionally, the current mode of having customization spread across the previous campaigns only results in a player having to spend orders many times for the same item. There is also no way to select the nationality for the soldier of a different tier. For example, if I would like to have an Italian assault tier 4 for the Berlin Axis or British assault tier for the Allies, I cannot do so. Free-to-play players also do not have any methods of customizing vehicles because them to feel excluded when they see all the options available for play. All right, because free to play. What do you mean with that? Proposed solution is a very interesting. Players should be allowed to select nationality of their soldier upon purchase. So basically, you can kind of make up your own Italian squads and your own British squads if you want to. I guess that's what. Yeah. I don't know how it clashes with the historically accurate squadrons and things like that and brigades, but I see people, you know, enjoying this option if you could actually choose if you get an Italian and German army or a British and American army. I know for sure people have been commenting a lot that they would like to have more saying in that. Not going to read all the conclusions. Obviously, this is all propositions. It's not like a mandate. No one's mandating Darkflow to do this. It's just a lot of things that should be looked at, and hopefully some of them changed, improved, implemented, and things like that. Now, if you want to get involved with this, please use the below link to complete the Google form to include your name on the roster. Your name is your in-game name. Names will be collected from June 27 to July 12, after which point it will be forwarded with the complete roster to the enlisted helpers and community managers. Link down below. Wow. So much good stuff in there. There's so much good stuff in there. Take a read yourself. There's going to be all the links, the applications, and the Google Docs if you wanna read through this yourself. So much in it, so much good stuff in it. I can't stress enough. And fingers crossed we get somewhere with this. Okay, it's a long one. Me, Admiral Starks. I'm out. Goodbye.